Veerabhadra, an extremely fierce form of Lord Shiva. And our incredible India has got a temple dedicated to the Mount Kailash Mahadev, famously known as the Veerabhadra temple of LEPAKSHI, which falls under the district of Ananthapur in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Here in this video, I am going to take you on a complete tour of this popular tourist destination and let you travel virtually with me. Make sure that you stay with me and do subscribe to my channel to remain connected. LEPAKSHI village is a popular tourist destination for people looking for one-day trips from Bangalore or Hyderabad. Well, apparently this is my second visit to LEPAKSHI. I first came to LEPAKSHI in the year 2016 while I was solo backpacking across India. But that time I wasn't able to catch much on it. But considering the culturally and archaeologically rich that the sites of LEPAKSHI is, I had to make a comeback. I was finally able to visit the LEPAKSHI sites just before the national lockdown was announced, and I was glad that I could do it. The most prominent sites in LEPAKSHI village are Veerabhadra temple and a giant Nandi pul, said to be one of the largest in the world. But it is majorly the temple of Mahadev that attracts the tourists to LEPAKSHI village than anything else. Veerabhadra temple, also known as the LEPAKSHI temple, has got a lot of mythological significance. And it is also at this temple which houses a pillar that doesn't touch the ground. Veerabhadra Swami is said to be an extremely fierce form of Lord Shiva and represent the anger stage of the Mount Kailash Mahadev. It is said that while Lord Shiva was mourning his wife's death, it is in anger that he cut off his hair and threw it on earth. The grounds where his hairs fell is exactly the same place where Veerabhadra temple stands today in LEPAKSHI. There is another mythological tale associated with Veerabhadra temple which comes from the text of Ramayana. It is said that while Jatayu was fighting with the demon king Ravana, the wife of Lord Rama for a moment stepped onto the ground, and it is in the premises of LEPAKSHI temple that her footmark can still be seen. But whatever has been the origin of Veerabhadra temple, there is no denying that this temple in LEPAKSHI village is archaeologically rich, with every pillar carved out so beautifully, indicating a story in itself. In this video, I am going to take you on a virtual tour of LEPAKSHI Veerabhadra temple. While you will enter the premises of LEPAKSHI Veerabhadra temple, onto the left turn you will spot this huge lingam of Lord Shiva, covered with 7 hoods which date back to the 16th century. This lingam of Mount Kailash Mahadev is undoubtedly one of the most Instagrammable locations inside the LEPAKSHI temple. So much that you would need good amount of patience to get yourself clicked here. The place is crowded most of the time. A little walk ahead from the Lord Shiva lingam, you are going to spot a little giant statue of Mount Kailash Mahadev's son who rests on his mythological vehicle. The statue is beautifully carved, and again you need a good amount of patience to get yourself clicked here. While you would walk from Lord Shiva lingam towards the Ganesha statue, do look out for this carving engraved on a stone which acts as a center between these two statues. Now it is impossible for me to figure out its importance, but here you would spot a prince-like figure paying his homage to the Lord Shiva lingam. Walk ahead from the statues of Lord Shiva and Ganesha, you are going to spot an open mandala which resembles a marriage hall. If you ask me honestly, This mandapa left me totally impressed with its beautifully carved pillars, which makes it one of the most beautiful spots inside the Lepakshi temple. Mythologically, the Kalyana Mandapa was built to perform the marriage ceremony of Lord Shiva and Parvati during the annual festivities, before they left for their abode in Mount Kailash. The carvings in this beautiful mandapa depict several gods and saints from the heaven who were believed to be a part of this wedding ceremony, including Vishnu and Yamraj. This mandapa without the roof exhibits some of the finest sculptures in the temple. At the starting of this video, I did mention about the significance of this giant footprint of Devi Sita from the mythological Ramayana. But one of the astonishing things about this footprint is that it is always wet and never gets dried up. According to the locals, it is connected to a channel which supplies the water here naturally. But there is also a tale associated with this water channel. It is said that while Jatayu fell on the grounds of Lepakshi wounded, Devi Sita prayed for his well-being, and after she left with the demon king Ravana, it started to rain and the water got collected in her footprint, so that Jatayu can drink it easily. It is said that it is this water that gave him the strength to survive till the time he met Lord Rama and his brother to inform him about Devi Sita. The water here is considered holy in nature. A glance at the roof of Veerabhadra temple will reveal beautiful murals which stood with the time as it is. Though slightly faded now, but these are the naturally colored murals which communicates the stories from the ancient texts and showcases the unique talents of our country. These cannot be missed at all. A little walk ahead from the footprints, you are going to enter the main sanctum of Lepakshi Veerbhadra temple, which will treat you with an amazing view of 70 beautifully carved pillars, each depicting tales from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Last but not the least, a visit to Lepakshi Veerbhadra temple is incomplete without checking out the world-famous hanging pillar. A major chunk of tourists visit Lepakshi temple for its hanging pillar, which is believed to be a pillar that remains off the ground and hangs up in the air. Hanging pillar originally was built like this during the 16th century in order to showcase the technical advancement of the era. But it was during the pre-independence era that a British officer tried making modification to Lepakshi pillar in order to understand its technology, and in return left it tilted from one end. It's a beautifully carved pillar and a must check out. Honestly, Lepakshi Veerbhadra temple is a heritage delight and requires a good amount of time if you want to get into studying its architecture. Signing off from this video by sharing some of the travel tips that might help you plan a trip to Lepakshi Veerbhadra temple. And guys, do subscribe to my channel to remain connected, and I am going to see you super soon.